Welcome back to a Friday edition of Local 4 News today. 36 degrees outside right now and cooler numbers in many of our suburbs. We have cooler air moving in through the morning, too, so it'll probably continue to drop and see temps closer to upper 20s, low 30s through the early morning, and then middle 30s. We have clouds, Kim, early, but we encourage everybody to grab the shades as the sun will be gradually returning.
All right, well, looking forward to that sunshine later today. Right now, here's a look at your commute over on the Davison, right at Woodward. And as you can see, that snow is hardly there anymore, so the roadways are wet right now. Watch out for freezing a little bit later. It could be slick out there, but right now, no accidents to report at this time.
All right, some good news there. It is 5:25, everybody. Well, that is a pothole. Actually, it's a 30-foot wide sinkhole that swallowed half a dozen cars in Rome.
Yes, this happened at an active construction site there.
One resident felt her home shake and tremble in the days leading up to the road collapse.
Dozens of families have been evacuated now, but no one was injured.
So should we be counting our lucky stars?
Yeah, but I do have a pothole alert because I have no idea why my tire didn't blow yesterday. 94 westbound ramp to I-75 north.
Okay.
Don't take it if you can.
Oh, man.
Or if you do, go real slow because it's like 2 car lengths of potholes. There's no way to avoid them. Yeah, and I hit, that loud like thud.
Yeah.
And I was just driving, just waiting. And I got miles and miles. I'm like, wow, someone is really watching over me today.
Man upstairs, you must have been doing something
Lord,
right.
Yes.
It's 5:26, everybody. New in our next half hour, a free 6-month supply of Girl Scout cookies. That's all you need to know.
Yes, plus the movie's setting records before it even hits the theaters. Oh, can't wait to see this one, right? It's the new superhero movie that many people hope will inspire real-life change.
But first, keeping students safe in the wake of the Florida shooting, the big change coming for some Michigan kids and how cameras are being used in local schools. That and more when we come right back.
It's that time of
live from downtown Detroit. Local 4 News today at 5:30 starts now.
Keeping connected to local schools. New this morning, many parents and students might not realize police are often watching.
And it's Friday, but after hearing the forecast, you may want to skip right to the weekend.
Brandon talking shorts weather. I'm not going to lie. My wife and I went out to dinner yesterday, and as we were leaving, I looked down and I noticed she was wearing flip-flops.
I know. It's
you know what I mean?
Well, once you've endured temperatures in the single digits, when you get into the 40s and 50s, it feels almost like summer, Brandon.
Yes.
I want to know more about how Everett felt about the flip-flop thing. We have to wait a couple of days for the return of the flip-flop kind of weather. A couple of cool ones, but not brutal cold. Just a minor step back today. 33 right now in Pontiac, 35 Mount Clemens, Port Huron at 32, 32 in Howell, 36 at Metro. It's 35 from Ann Arbor down to Adrian to Monroe. And we have a little bit of a wind between 7 and about 12 miles an hour coming from the northwest. So we have some wind chills, especially in our far west and north zones, that will be falling likely into the teens for a little bit here this morning and 20s for the rest of us. But right now the wind chill close to freezing on the east side and a little bit cooler than that up north. Falling numbers over the next 2-3 hours and then stable middle 30s through the day. We have clouds out there this morning, but sunshine coming back this afternoon. Thicker coats and the sunglasses today. Maybe a good day to do a little skiing. Pine Knob, maybe head out to Mount Brighton, but you can see here maybe a quick little passing dusting of snow on the tip of the thumb, but other than that, it's a dry day Friday. Kim, 4 live traffic time. As temps cool, I hope we don't see more of that ice on the roads.
Yes, but that could be the case, so definitely watch out for that. But right now, it's just really wet out there because of that snow melting, so be aware of that. But right now, we're talking about construction over on the southbound lanes of Van Dyke, right at Gratiot here. You can expect 1 lane blocked starting at 9 a.m. This will end at 3 p.m. later today. And then also on both sides of the Davison, construction will be between Linwood and 14th Street. 1 lane blocked there. This also happening between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. All right, stick around because we'll talk I-96 construction as well coming up in my next report at 5:44. Back to you.
Thank you. Now to the very latest in Florida, where thousands gathered in Parkland, Florida to remember those lives lost in the Marjory Stoneman Douglas High School shooting earlier this week. Police say that 17 people were killed, students and staff, also 14 others injured, still fighting for their lives when that former student opened fire in the hallways of that school. The school superintendent and family members spoke out about the shooting and what they want to see happen now.
This week, we saw the worst in humanity. Tomorrow, we are going to see the best in humanity. We're going to see what defines Parkland. It's not this tragedy. It's going to be how we come together to recover from this tragedy.
I hope the shooter, whoever did this to Alyssa and the other 16 victims, receives the death sentence. He needs to die.
Our prayers are certainly with those victims' families at this time. Officials did charge the shooter, Nikolas Cruz, with 17 counts of premeditated murder. However, it isn't clear what his motive may have been. We do know that the school expelled Cruz last year for disciplinary reasons. He also showed signs of a troubled life. He struggled with mental illness. His mom passed away, and he was enamored with guns. A white supremacy group in Florida has claimed that Cruz was a member of the organization as well. Both senators from Florida will visit Parkland amid the aftermath of the tragedy. Senator Marco Rubio says that lawmakers have an obligation to find a way to prevent devastating shootings like this, but he noted previous gun reform laws may not have prevented the attack. Senator Bill Nelson, also from Florida, met with federal and local officials at the scene of that shooting. He called for a moment of silence on the Senate floor before discussion of immigration reform took place. Other lawmakers gave their condolences on social media.
Now, the tragedy in Florida has a lot of families wondering about local school security. Well, this morning, we want to highlight a security system that some might not know about. It connects cameras directly to police. Local 4's Nick Monticelli joining us live now to show us how this works and who's using it, Nick.
Evrod, good morning to you. It's kind of a no-brainer. You'd think that there would be almost every agency and school district in the country using technology like this. We're live in front of the Roseville Police Department because they've got this technology. They can watch live 24/7 inside schools, so if something bad does happen, they know exactly how to respond.
When we were growing up, schools was the one safe place.
That is a sentiment a lot are sharing right now, but we know all too well schools can be just as dangerous as anywhere, leaving those with children or grandchildren like Darlene Dolland uneasy.
That something's going to happen to them.
There's a person walking right.
But there are some police departments taking proactive steps towards keeping our children safe. For instance, in Roseville, the school district allows the police department access to every camera in the halls, cafeteria, and even the parking lots.
In the case of emergency, we can take control of those cameras and relay first real-time information to our officers. And with that speed and response, hopefully casualties or whatever the fear is can be mitigated much quicker.
A quick check found not every school district, though, grants police access. Roseville is allowed live monitoring 24/7, and other agencies can monitor if needed, like Troy, Royal Oak, Centerline, and Southfield. Other police agencies do have this, and we're working on building that list. But there are some school districts that won't allow it.
I would highly recommend, I think every district should have this capability.
I'm going to find out if my grandson's school has it.
And we should point out that these cameras are not in private places, just public places, so you won't find them in locker rooms or bathrooms. And as I mentioned, we are working to build that list of school districts and police agencies that have this relationship. We're going to hope to have a much better comprehensive list a little bit later on today. We'll have that for you on clickondetroit.com because, Evrod, I would imagine that any parent or grandparent or guardian, they'd like to know if their school has this capability.
Absolutely. As a parent, you want to know. You definitely want to know something like that. Nick, thank you. It is 5:37, and students at Iona Middle School will see changes in their daily routine. Starting February 26th, the school will no longer allow students to carry book bags throughout the school day. All students will need to put their book bags in their lockers. The principal cited the Parkland, Florida shooting as the main reason to enact the safety measure. The shooter had a book bag filled with ammunition for his gun. Remember to stay with us here at Local 4 and on CloakandDetroit.com for any new developments in this Florida school shooting tragedy, including profiles of the victims as we learn more about their stories.
It is 5:37, and in other news this morning, Utica Community Schools and its teachers have finally agreed to a new contract, and that contract includes some wage and benefit concessions from these teachers, a first for the district. The district says that the teachers made sacrifices in pay to preserve programs, and all for students, and also to stabilize the district finances. Over the past years, the 5 years, the district's budget has decreased from $42 million to $21 million. The new contract is set to expire in June of 2019.
The city of Dearborn has agreed to pay just over $1 million to settle a lawsuit over a woman who was shot and killed by police. 31-year-old Janet Wilson was killed during the 2016 incident. You might remember it happened near the Fairlane Mall. Police were going after Wilson over some type of dispute that happened inside of the mall. She was shot while still in her car after allegedly driving towards the officer. No criminal charges were filed against police, and Dearborn denies liability, but says that it has agreed to the settlement to, quote, amicably resolve this dispute.
Well, New York City police arrest a former high school teacher and his brother in connection to a possible terror plot. Christian and Tyler Toro are charged with multiple offenses, including unlawfully making an explosive. Police were alerted after some alert former students came forward saying that Christian Toro offered to pay students to dismantle fireworks for the gunpowder inside. Authorities say that the brothers were never on their radar and that they are trying to figure out what their motive may have been.
All right, so here's a question for you. When is it safe to go back to work or school after you've had the flu? Doctors have 3 questions that you should ask yourself before heading back.
Also ahead, a Help Me Hank consumer alert involving a popular hair dryer. It's a product that's at risk of catching fire that you need to know about. We'll have that for you right after the break.
Save that.
Welcome back, everybody. Something you need to know before you do your hair this morning. A Help Me Hank consumer alert. ISO Beauty is recalling 73,000 hair dryers. The recall includes these 2 hair dryers, the Ionic Pro 2000 and the 2000W. And the cords near the base of these dryers can become brittle, posing potential burn hazards. The dryers were sold in various colors under ISO Beauty and Prolis brand names from March of 2013 until last month.
The annual Aqua Freeze Festival, it kicks off tomorrow in St. Clair Shores, and then it runs until Sunday.
And we won't be freezing to enjoy it. The event includes a pancake breakfast for $2 on both days and so much more for the entire family. There's a college ice carving competition, kids crafts, magic show, petting zoo, and so much more. There's also a polar plunge scheduled for Sunday, Brandon. What's the temperature for Sunday?
Well, it is at 2 in the afternoon for this. Should be around 40 degrees. Not terrible.
Not too bad.
Not so polar.
Yeah, it all kicks off at 9 a.m. tomorrow and 10 a.m. on Sunday at the Blossom Heath Park there in St. Clair Shores. Enjoy.
Blossom Heath, that's the same park that they do all the Pokemon going at Wabi Park. Blossom Heath, same park. Take a look at our Local 4 storm pin, guys. I want to see if you guys know where this is. Can you recognize that view?
The Belle Isle Conservancy.
It looks like the ceiling of our building.
It does.
Well, there's Dustin Block,
It is our building.
That is our building.
Yay! What do I win? Our little skylight.
60 degrees on Tuesday.
What?
What? Nice.
You're welcome. Anyway, yeah, this is the view out of our skylights yesterday, which have been at times massively snow covered. And yesterday it was the fog, but this is our coworker Dustin sharing that shot with our Local 4 storm pins, a free app for you. Check out the numbers, mainly middle 30s, but places like Howell, 31. Cooler air coming in from the west-northwest this morning, so our numbers will be dropping everywhere. 35 in Ann Arbor, 36 Troy, and Romulus at Metro Airport. We'll be down to around 31 degrees at 8 a.m., 33 at noon, and 35 the afternoon high, starting with clouds and getting into the sun through the late morning and afternoon. Thicker coat today, gloves, hats, but grab the shades as well. Quick little snow shower up in Huron County, up in the thumb. Also, Lenawee County could get a quick little flake or flurry. Not worried much about this. Our little cool front has already passed through. That's the forcing mechanism, or the rain and the snow is a bigger problem. Mainly rain to the south, but we have a second cool front coming through. So reinforcing cold air into Saturday, but then Sunday we rebound nicely, and we should be in for overall a pretty good looking weekend. Some snow chances late tomorrow, but that should be after dinner time. Dusting, that's about it. It goes away quickly on Sunday because 43 and sunshine. Now, midwinter break next week, President's Day, whatever it is, we do have quite a bit of warm weather and wet weather coming. Could be a couple, 2-3 inches of rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even with the warm temps. Want to give a special thank you and shout out to my friends right across the street from us here. I got a chance to go visit some kids, 3rd and 4th graders from Most Holy Trinity School in Detroit, K through 8th grade, and their technology departments, and Mrs. Maria Chubb invited me to come in and talk to the 3rd and 4th graders. A special thanks to the principal, Mr. Camilleri. Thank you so much, guys, for having me, teaching them all about weather. An amazing, bright group of kids asking me questions, some of which I didn't know the answers.
Those do look like some really smart kids, Brandon. Cute, too. All right, good morning, everyone. We are looking at your commute, and it is a great Friday commute for you. So that's exactly the news you'd like to wake up to. No accidents to report at this time. So we're talking about construction over on the northbound lanes of I-75. So you can expect some construction between North Line and Goddard. One lane block there. This starts at 7 a.m., wrapping up at 7 p.m. And then eastbound I-96, that on-ramp from the southbound lanes of Novi Road will be closed between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. And then we also have a construction update for you. Emergency patch crews will be back at it today. Eastbound I-696 from DeQuinder to Mound will only have the left lane open from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. Southbound I-75 from Coolidge to Crooks will only have the right lane open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And then southbound Telegraph right near Square Lake Road will have only the right 2 lanes open from 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. All work is dependent on weather conditions, so just keep that in mind if you do travel those routes. Over to you.
All right, thank you, Kim. Warmer temperatures are making for some disastrous driving conditions on our Michigan roads. I don't have to tell you that. You dodge potholes every single day. One area to watch out for, though, is on 8 Mile. This is 8 Mile and the Maple Ridge Avenue area of Southfield. A large pothole has taken quite a few victims' vehicles' tires. One of them is Bill Campbell, who came to help his son after he blew 2 tires driving over this crater. He was filling the pothole with rocks from the side of the road just to try and help out other drivers who may hit that pothole. Campbell says that the roads have been particularly bad.
Well, we need better roads, but that's all part of the infrastructure over the years, and I've lived in Michigan all my life, but the last 10 years have been a big problem.
Oh, it certainly has. We need to come up with a pothole-proof roadway solution. Michigan road crews have already filled the pothole once this winter, but the patchwork has already disintegrated. Time to come out again.
We can fly all the way to the moon, but we can't fix the roads.
Right, maybe we need to get NASA
I don't understand how this works.
Call NASA.
What is going on, Michigan? It is 5:49, everybody. Let's turn to good health now. Do you ever wonder when it's safe to return to work or school after you've had the flu? Well, doctors suggest that you ask yourself 3 questions first. 3 pretty simple questions. Have you been fever-free for 24 hours? If so, you're probably no longer contagious. Also, are you coughing or sneezing? Since the flu spreads through droplets in the air, you should probably stay home until your symptoms have improved. And do you still feel sick? If you are wiped out, take another day to rest. I don't think anybody has a problem asking themselves those questions.
Right.
I don't feel good. I'm going to stay home.
But you get cabin fever after a while. You just want to get back up and out. Sometimes you feel like that'll make you feel better, but you
stay home to keep all of us healthy.
Yes,
all right.
dating others for sure.
We appreciate your work ethic, though. It is 5:50. There's another celebrity couple calling it quits. Actress Jennifer Aniston and her husband of 2 years, Justin Theroux, have announced that they're separating.
Maybe they should have given it a little more time, right?
Yeah.
The couple released a statement saying that the split was mutual and that it was made at the end of last year. Aniston and Theroux married in August of 2015 after dating for 4 years. They say that they will continue to love and respect one another.
All right. Let's talk about what we're giving away for free, because this is a good one. It's Friday, and we give away something free every Friday.
It could get you into trouble, though.
It could get you into a lot of trouble, but thank goodness we got Fitness Friday coming up a little bit later.
Yeah.
Because you can now enter for a chance to win a 6-month supply of Girl Scout cookies. Oh my goodness, this is so good. Thin Mints, Samoas, shortbread, tagalongs, and a whole lot more. And for your chance to win this sweet treat and the official contest rules, you can head to the contest page of clickondetroit.com.
What the heck are you going to do with a 6-month supply? That's a bellyache waiting to happen.
I know what I would do. Be laying in bed.
I just received my tagalongs and trefoils from Lily Rizicki, so big thanks to her.
I'm still waiting on mine. Can somebody sell me some Girl Scout cookies?
You bought them from the wrong Girl Scout.
I've got some still from Hobnobble Gobble back in, what was that, October?
Ooh,
November?
You better eat those.
Then I'm waiting on a shipment to come in, but maybe I should buy some more.
5:51 is your time, and this is exciting. The superhero movie does not officially come out until later today, but it is already a blockbuster hit.
Yeah, we've got a preview of Black Panther coming up after the break. Keep it here.
On the next Live in the D, enjoy the authentic flavors of exotic destinations right here in the D.
Plus, the biggest annual cookie craze has arrived.
Today at 10 a.m. on Local 4.
Today.
All the rain racing elsewhere. May get a couple of flakes around this morning, mainly up in the tip of the thumb there, you see, but that wet weather is heading elsewhere. Cooler air fills in. Middle 30s outside right now. We dipped down with some clouds this morning, but back into the middle 30s with plenty of sun coming back this afternoon, Kim.
All right, don't forget to grab the shades as you head out the door this morning. You'll need it later today, but right now you're going to need really nothing, because our commute is looking good right now. There is some wetness out there with that snow melting, but no accidents to worry about at this time.
All right, so it is one of the most anticipated blockbusters of the year, and it's finally here. Take a look. I love a superhero action comic movie. Marvel's Black Panther, smashing pre-sale records with its all-star cast and a super-powered message generations of fans have really been waiting for.
Yes, the film is also making history as the first ever big-budget comic book story with a black superhero. The Harlem Boys and Girls Club held an online ticket fundraiser hoping to share the experience with local children.
System activated. Kids can absolutely walk away from this and feel like royalty, feel like warriors, feel like kings and queens.
And Ellen DeGeneres stepped in and paid for the Harlem Boys and Girls Club's entire screening event. Now the $49,000 they've raised on GoFundMe will go toward a new program to teach children how to create and share their own stories. And there have been a lot of individuals that have been coming out. You've probably seen it all over social media that have taken time to purchase blocks of tickets so that children can see this movie, particularly in urban areas.
Yeah,
so
I bought
exciting.
two. I bought my two.
Oh yeah.
I'm going on Sunday.
Definitely go this weekend.
Go see. And the soundtrack is amazing. Kendrick Lamar, SZA, you've got The Weeknd, a great cast, and then of course a great cast in the movie as well.
Cool.
Yango, Chadwick Boseman, Michael B. Jordan. And the whole bit. It's 5:57, everybody. Coming up all new at 6 o'clock. Local stories for you from Detroit, Troy, and Shelby Township.
Plus, good news, bad news, actually, surrounding the flu vaccine. We'll tell you more about that.
Oh, boy. And starting today, we are trying out As Seen on TV products to see if they really live up to their claims. So this morning, our Kim DeGiulio is putting the Clean Step mat to the test to find out if it's worth your money or not. That and more when we come right back. Keep it here. You're watching Local 4 News Today.
Are you a young? Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News Today at 6 starts now.
Remembering the live loss, hundreds come together to mourn and share their stories about the victims in Wednesday's deadly shooting in Florida.
And as a nation deals with yet another tragedy, a story of heroism emerges, a Metro Detroit native being credited with protecting his students.
Plus, preparing for the worst. This morning, local schools are showing us how they're prepared to handle such situations and crises in schools that we certainly hope will never happen again.
Welcome to news to get to this morning.
We do. Welcome to Friday, everybody. Thanks for waking up with us. Friday of, for a lot of people, a 3-day weekend with President's Day on Monday.
So we're looking forward to that. And the temperatures they're not horrible.
They're mild.
It is February. Yeah, mild temperatures is the way to put it.
And everything's melting, which is actually creating kind of an unsightly view of the metro area. Yes.
Let's turn things over to Brandon Rue. Good morning.
Melting. It's all melting. Although today not a big melting day, once the sun comes out this afternoon, late morning and afternoon, we will start to see that. Live picture here from Mount Clemens, looking good. 36 degrees with cloud cover, keeping us from dipping too much, but northwest winds at 13, so wind chills are in the 20s. At the bus stop this morning, 33, 32 degrees, cloudy, and still seeing numbers dropping through about 8 o'clock and then rebounding back a little bit. Middle 30s this afternoon, cloudy start becoming sunny. The clouds, again, like a blanket of insulation for us here, keeping our numbers in the middle 30s for the most part, but Grand Rapids 30, over in Ludington's 28. You see 16 up in Marquette, 14 in the Sioux. So colder air is coming down, but for the most part, it's a dry day Friday. We'll look at the weekend and a big warm up coming up, Kim.
All right. Well, even though it is a dry day Friday, it's still wet out there. That snow has been melting, so you're going to want to watch out for pooling and ponding. Here's a look at the roads right now. I-94 right near Southfield Road, and it's still really light out there. Traffic volumes aren't anything you need to worry about. No backups to talk about, but as you can see, there's hardly any snow left out there as we had these warmer temperatures for these last couple of days. So again, it will be damp out there, and watch out for freezing maybe a little bit later as that temperature drops. We do want to talk about some construction over on I-94. I'll tell you about that, though, coming up in my next report at 6:14. Back to you.
Kim, thank you. An emotional night in Parkland, Florida. One of what will be continued emotion there for those families that are mourning just a day after a 19-year-old gunman went on that deadly rampage.
And the community is really coming together to remember and share stories about those who died, painting portraits of heroes and just young lives that were taken way too soon. NBC's Chris Pallone is in Parkland, Florida with their stories.
17 people killed in a Florida school, and now we are replacing that number with names, faces, and stories. What we still don't know today, though, is what spurred this massacre.
Not allowing the world to forget them.
In Parkland, Florida, 17 lives destroyed in a place which we expect to be safe.
Just my heart's broken for everybody else whose children are not. We have many, many friends who we've lost and know, and kids all know.
Family and friends are sharing stories and memories to help us understand all who've been lost.
All of these people have great intentions and had great intentions and had a bright future.
There was the new U.S. citizen, a boy in the junior ROTC, and a beloved coach who died so children could live.
He died saving his students. He died saving us. Without him, some kids wouldn't even be able to go hug their parents last night and say, "Mom, I'm alive."
The 19-year-old accused gunman is now on suicide watch in the Broward County Jail after his first court appearance.
Are you Nicholas Jacob Cruz?
Yes, ma'am.
Investigators say Nicholas Cruz took an Uber to the school he once attended, armed with an AR-15 rifle he hid in a duffel bag. After 7 minutes of terror, police say Cruz slipped out with innocent students. He went to Walmart and McDonald's before a patrol officer spotted him.
Pulled my vehicle over immediately, engaged the suspect. He complied with my commands and was taken into custody without any issues.
But for all they know about Wednesday's massacre, what investigators still don't know is why. Not that it would offer any comfort to a school and a community racked with grief.
Both of Florida's senators, Republican Marco Rubio, Democrat Bill Nelson, expected to visit with victims' families and first responders today here in Parkland. President Trump heading to Florida over the weekend, expected to do the same thing in the next couple of days. In Parkland, Florida, Chris Pallone, Local 4.
Meanwhile, this morning, a Metro Detroit native is being called a hero for saving the lives of his students at the high school.
Yes, his name is Ernie Rospierski, and he did everything that he could to keep his students safe. Let's get to Nick Monticelli with more about who this man is.
Good morning. Ernie and his wife are from Roseville and Centerline, respectively. And it was interesting because his father was terrified when the shooting was going on, worried if his son was alive. Then he found out that not only was his son alive, but he's a hero.
But that kid was coming down the hall and saw him, so he shot at him. He had already killed 2 people, I guess.
Lee Porter says his son-in-law, Ernie Rospersky, is a hero. His stepdaughter, Andrea Kowalski-Rospersky, is married to Ernie. She is from Centerline, he is from Roseville, and both teach at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. When Ernie heard shots, he got his class to hunker down, then turned and faced that gunman and was grazed by a bullet.
So Ernie ran up to the 2nd floor, got what kids he saw, got them safe and locked in rooms and stuff, and then he hid in the bathroom. And then when he finally heard there's no noise and nothing, he felt safe, he opened the door and there was a policeman standing right there. And he says, "What are you doing here?"
Porter says Ernie told him police didn't know who was a threat and who wasn't during the chaos.
Because when Ernie come out, he had like 20 guns on him.
The couple posted Facebook messages to let loved ones know back here at home they are okay.
He just said that we're okay. We're doing okay. They're just processing everything, in their head,
With the help of Ernie, none of his students were injured at all. However, he did tell his father that Nikolas Cruz was a former student. And he said during the time he had him, there were disciplinary problems. In the newsroom, Nick Monticelli, Local 4 News Today.
Nick, thank you. And the tragedy in Florida has many wondering about security in schools here where you have children. Well, live at 6:30, we look at a security camera system that ties directly into local police departments. We'll explain how it works, excuse me, and why some schools don't want it.
3 people are facing human trafficking. 3 people are facing human trafficking of a minor and sexual abuse charges. Police say that Eric Brown, Brian Ash, and Grace Nayarabamana abducted a 14-year-old girl and forced her to have sex with multiple people. 2 of the 3 suspects were granted bond and must wear an ankle monitor. All 3 will be back in court next Wednesday. And Detroit police are trying to figure out what happened after 2 brothers were shot and killed outside of their home on Detroit's west side. This happened late Wednesday near Eaton and Ash Streets. Police say that the men were unloading groceries when masked gunmen ambushed Michael and William Orblich. Police believe that it was a random attack. A person of interest is in custody, and police are still searching for the gunman.
Former Trump campaign advisor Rick Gates may be nearing a plea deal with special counsel Robert Mueller. CNN is reporting that Gates spoke to Mueller's team about his case and has been in negotiations for about a month. He reportedly had a day of interviews with Mueller and his team detailing his own case and any other potential criminal activity that he witnessed. Gates' cooperation could be another building block in Mueller's investigation against President Trump. Gates previously pleaded not guilty last October.
It is 6:08 now on your Friday morning. Let's check in with Jason for some of the Olympic highlights. Good morning.
Oh, highlights? More like lowlights. The disappointment stretching from the slopes to the ice rink. What went wrong? Coming up.
But first, it's an out-of-this-world workout. Let's just call it that. It's a good one, burns lots of calories in a fun atmosphere, and it's next for Fitness Friday.
Today.
It's Fitness Friday, and we're here at the new Area 45 Fitness in Troy with the owner, Ravon Ermis. And you said that the focus here is high-intensity interval training. We can get a 45-minute workout.
Right, exactly.
What does that mean?
So the idea behind high-intensity interval training is to keep the heart rate up, bring it down, keep it up, bring it down. Now, anyone can do this. It doesn't matter who you are. It can be any fitness level, right? So everybody's intensity is a little different. Your intensity and my intensity are going to be completely different. And a person that's never worked out before, their intensity is going to be completely different. And that's the idea.
Okay, so show me a portion of a workout.
All right, so what we're going to do here, this is going to be a 3-series workout. What we're going to do is we're going to drop all the way down into a push-up, right? We're going to give you 3 push-ups. 1, 2, 3. You're gonna give me 3 mountain climbers. 1, 2, 3. You're gonna come up and you're gonna give me 3 high jumps. 1, 2, and 3.
And that was just
awesome.
a minute, but how many times did I do that? How many
So
reps?
you do that for 45 seconds, right?
This?
Yep. Well, no, the whole thing. So
the whole thing?
the 3, yeah, you're gonna do 3 in each series, right?
Okay.
So 3 push-ups, 3 mountain climbers, 3 high jumps, and then you repeat again.
Okay.
You do it a total of 45 seconds.
All right.
All right.
Well, this is just workout 1 here at Area 45
Workout 1.
Fitness. We'll be back next week to find the special deal where you can come and experience this for yourself. Just search Fitness Friday. Click on Detroit.com.
The decision.
All right, welcome back, everybody, as we talk the Winter Olympics right now. 6:13 is your time, and she was a favorite to win gold.
Yes, and she does already have a gold medal. We should mention that. I just think we're all heartbreaking about Nathan Chen right now. Let's get over to Jason. Wasn't meant to be on the slopes or the ice yesterday for some of our Olympians.
Doesn't seem that way. It was just not a good day for Team USA. After getting a gold in her first event, Mikaela Shiffrin found herself watching the award ceremony instead of standing in it. Mikaela Shiffrin found herself in unfamiliar 4th place after her first race in the slalom, and that's where she stayed after the second run, ending that frustrating spot, 1 place away from medaling. American men also had a disappointing night in figure skating, despite having a historic first.
Quad Lutz, triple toe.
17-year-old Vincent Joe became the first ever figure skater to land a quad Lutz in the games. However, Joe, Adam Rippon, and Nathan Chen will have to stun in tonight's free skate if they want to medal.
Still need some time to think about it, but I mean, it happens, I guess, so just try to move on from here.
In women's snowboard cross, Lindsay Jacobellis finished 4th. A deja vu to Wednesday night when U.S. men finished 4th and 5th, just shy of the podium. It's also her 4th Olympics. She got her silver medal in snowboard cross in 2006. In ice hockey, the U.S. men beat Slovakia after losing their first match against Slovenia Wednesday. And up next, Team USA takes on Russia on Saturday. And after failing to medal at all yesterday, Team USA somehow still in the top 5 in medal count, but Germany and Norway continue to lead the way. So if you're scoring at home, there's your chart. Back to you.
We're hanging on there.
Yeah, we are. Go USA.
All right, so it's time. It is time to announce the winner of our ClickOnDetroit.com Olympic Gear Giveaway.
And here is the winner. This is Andrea Brady Anderson from Commerce Township. Andrea, you win more swag. We see you are already in the Olympic spirit, but you get a watch, coffee thermos, and a sweatshirt. And we will be congratulating or contacting you. And congratulations. It's an adorable picture.
It certainly is. In the meantime, it's 6:15. I guess we won't need a hat, would you say? At least I'm not.
You might need it today. It's cold today, Brandon.
It is hat weather. It is gloves weather. Maybe a thicker coat. It's Friday. We're talking about the weekend. Does any of it matter? It does, certainly, but it has cooled down a little bit to start your finally Friday. Numbers in the 30s, 36 in Detroit, 31 in Howell in our west zone, north zone Lapeer at 30, 35 in Monroe. So numbers are falling off a little bit from north to south as a cool front has already come through, so it's just taking a little time for these cooler numbers. Winds are out of the northwest between 5 and 15 miles an hour, so at times we could have wind chills in the teens, but mostly in the 20s out there. That's what you want to dress for. So yeah, maybe a thicker coat, but also grab the shades today. From clouds early to sunshine, late morning and afternoon, back into the middle 30s, and that's where we'll stay today. Look at the cold front that has come through, a secondary cold front up north dropping down, and you can see a couple of snowflakes forming here, central lower Michigan. So parts of the area may get a flake or a flurry this morning, but really the trend will be for gradual clearing on your Friday and nice Friday sunshine to finish out the work and school week. As we go through tomorrow, it is dry most of the day and clouds increase through the afternoon. Some pockets of snow coming through tomorrow night after dinner time, 7 or 8 p.m. and beyond, but just a dusting Saturday night, early Sunday. It all goes away quickly with sun and 43 on Sunday. President's Day Monday, boy, we're back into the 50s. Rain coming in as well. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, all warming but wet. And we could be 2 to 3 inches and some localized flooding. How about Tuesday? Tasty Tuesday, Kim, next week. 60. What? Bernie Zettner, our photojournalist extraordinaire this morning. What a great shot down on the Riverwalk downtown. Is there a better looking shot than that? I'll tell you, man, that just downtown Detroit, a little glistening on the sidewalk, beautiful river.
It's my running route. I'm looking forward to getting back outside. Revenant. All right, well, we do need to take a look at your commute right now, not because there's any accidents. I just want to let you know about some construction to watch out for. If you do travel over on east and westbound I-94 right at Livernois, you can expect 1 lane block there starting up at 9 a.m. today. This will end at 2 p.m. And then also on the westbound lanes of I-94 right at West Grand Boulevard, only 1 lane open there. This starting tonight at 10 p.m. and that's an ongoing project happening throughout the weekend, ending on 5 a.m. on Monday morning just before your morning drive. So keep that one in mind. And I also want to take a look at your commute right now with our 1-800-CALL-SAM Chopper shot. This is a look at I-75 right at I-696. It is damp out there and that snow is melting. So be aware of that, but you are good to go. No backups this morning. Evrod.
That is some good news, Kim. Thank you. It is 6:19. Let's get into today's consumer headlines. Apple employees, they keep walking into glass. We'll explain what that's all about. Plus, with 2 locations already here in Metro Detroit, Shake Shack is looking to expand. But first, let's talk about an online sales tax. Maribel Aber joining us live now at NASDAQ. We got some good stories this morning.
We sure do. Good morning, Evrod. Well, President Trump feels strongly that the U.S. should tax purchases made over the internet. This is according to Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin. Mnuchin made the comments during a hearing on Capitol Hill yesterday. A study last year by the U.S. Government Accountability Office estimated states miss out on $13 billion a year in sales tax from online and catalog sales. Shake Shack plans a massive expansion this year. The burger chain expects to open 32 to 35 new locations. That would be the largest number in any one year in Shake Shack history. It's worth it, guys. The chain currently has 160 restaurants worldwide. People are walking into the glass at Apple's futuristic new headquarters. Financial news website MarketWatch reports there have been at least 2 incidents where local emergency services were called. Both were to treat men who suffered minor cuts after walking into glass. Now, Apple's new building has been called the Spaceship, and the interior makes extensive use of glass for not only doors but walls as well. There was no comment from Apple on the report of the injuries. Everett, let's hope they're not walking around with their phones. That's all I'm saying. That's crazy.
They're not paying attention.
That is hilarious. I'm sorry. I love when people, they're okay, but, All right, Maribel, thank you. Yeah, make this stuff up. It is 6:20, everybody, and we are continuing to celebrate our local leaders for Black History Month. And the focus, this is Focus Hope CEO. We want to show you Jason Lee, a Detroit-based nonprofit organization that provides education, senior supplemental food, and workforce training. There is his photo. He was also the executive director for Detroit Area Pre-College Engineering Program, or DAPSEP. And that program helps increase the STEM educational program for young people from underrepresented backgrounds. So we salute him.
We do. I know Jason personally, and he has given a lot to our community, our youth, and people in need. So it's great to see his leadership over at Focus Hope. It is 6:21, and still ahead is the flu vaccine working. We're going to have the answer to that next in Good Health.
And before we go to break, let's meet today's Facebook friend for the day. This is Judy Mitchell. She's from Gibraltar and says that she is staying strong after losing her husband and son within a year and a half of each other. She also works with seniors to stay busy and clearly loves to rock out playing the guitar.
Oh, well, our hearts certainly go out to you and the loss that you've endured. We do want to send you a $25 gift card so that you can spoil your pet at Premier Pet Supplies. And also to everyone else, don't forget, if you want to be our next friend of the day, you do have to like the Local 4 Facebook page and click on that Friend of the Day tab. We'll be right back.
Good Friday morning. We have 36 degrees at Metro, but cooler numbers to our west and north that are sliding in. Had a cold front come through overnight, and that'll stabilize our numbers today. We start with clouds, but middle 30s now, middle 30s later, becoming sunny. Kim?
All right, grab the shades as you head out the door. Here's a look at your commute right now. Traffic volumes are starting to build a bit as we look at I-94 right at East Grand Boulevard. Roads are damp, nothing you need to worry about as far as accidents.
Kim, thank you. It is now 6:25 and in good health. The flu shot appears to be working better than originally thought. The CDC has released a preliminary report on vaccine effectiveness for this season. Overall, the vaccine appears to be about 36% effective. And that means that a person who got the shot this year reduces their chance of getting a flu-related illness by about 1/3. It's better than not having it at all. The vaccine, though, does appear to prevent illness in young children by more than 59%, so a little better there.
It is 6:26 on your Finally Friday. Coming up next at 6:30, local stories for you from Roseville, Shelby Township, and Southfield.
Plus, what this local man is accused of doing with a computer that has him now facing charges.
Plus, today and all of next week, we are testing popular as seen on TV products. And at 6 a.m., we're putting the Clean Step Mat to the test. It claims to completely clean your muddy or snow-covered shoes or boots. It doesn't really work. Keep it here. We've got that and more when we come back. Sports is next.
Good morning, everyone. The Wings have not won in Tampa in the regular season since February of 2011, and unfortunately, that streak is still alive. Last night, Lightning beat the Wings 4-1. That ends Detroit's 2-game winning streak. We've got highlights. We'll start in the first period. Tampa with the puck. Victor Hedman. Watch the great pass to Steven Stamkos. Gets his 22nd of the year. 1-0 Lightning. Second period, Tampa up 2-0 on the power play. Watch the passing here. A wide open Stamkos right. Boom. Look at that net. Second of the game, 23rd a year, 3-0 Tampa. Late second, Wings on the power play. Thomas Tatar from the point. Somehow it gets through. His 15th. Tampa led it 3-1. Third period, though, Lightning retake the control. A nice passing to Alex Killorn, who beats Jimmy Howard. His 11th. Lightning beat the Wings, the final 4-1 in Tampa. NBA. Pistons were off last night. Matter of fact, the entire league is off. It's all-star break time. I'm Bernie Smovitz. We'll see you later today at 5, 6, and 11.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News Today at 6:30 starts now.
The new U.S. citizen, a boy in the junior ROTC, and a beloved high school football coach. These are just some of the faces of the 17 lives lost during the Florida school shooting. This morning, we paused to remember the victims.
We are also taking a closer look at school security here in Southeast Michigan. New this half hour, how schools are staying connected with police. Brandon?
Well, we can't rule out a few more snowflakes today and Saturday, thanks to a cool front that has come through. But as we look ahead to the forecast, and we are tracking temperatures, warmer conditions, something that may just put a smile on your face.
Very nice.
I like it.
Very nice.
The forecast has put a smile on my face in the past couple
milder
of days.
temperatures have been nice. I mean, you don't need the heavy coat.
Right.
It's definitely more comfortable out.
I actually wore shorts and a t-shirt to the gym yesterday.
See, and this is what the challenge is for parents out there, because now your kids are going to want to do the same thing.
Listen.
And we're waking up to 36 degrees, so
No.
it is not.
It wasn't 36 degrees yesterday. But, you know, I'm embracing spring and, you know, hoping that it comes sooner
It's
than later.
February. It's not spring yet.
Well, I would like to think that it almost is.
Brandon.
Well, our news director put me on the spot yesterday and was like, is this a little odd for February? And I was like, no, yeah, kind of is a little odd for February. Feels more like an April-May transition as we get cool for a little while and then very warm. Wait until you see the 7-day. We're on the coolish couple of days stretch right now, but not terrible. This is okay. No polar vortices in the forecast. 36 with a northwest wind at 13. So the wind chills around 28 degrees. That's what you want to dress the kids for. Dress yourselves. Thicker coat. Sunglasses. That combo works for your Finally Friday. Wind chills in the teens to low 20s up in our north zone and 20s across most of Metro Detroit. And through the day, we go from cloudy skies and low 30s this morning back into the mid 30s this afternoon with tons of sun coming out late morning and through the afternoon. But look at this right now, a couple of snowflakes showing up. Maybe parts of our north and west zone get a flake or a flurry flurry, but that is about it. Kim, we'll take a look at that Kim DeJulio-like 7-day coming up.
Yeah, Tuesday, looking exactly like how I like the weather. But right now we are looking good out there. That snow is melting. Roads are wet right now. Keep that in mind for some pooling and ponding. But it's been a really quiet morning, which is exactly how we like to start out a Friday. I just want to talk about this construction over in Lincoln Park. If you travel over on north and southbound Southfield Road, expect construction here between Dix Highway and Lafayette. There's going to be one lane blocked. This starts at 9 a.m., wrapping up at 3 p.m. This will be a daily project happening through Sunday, ending at 3 p.m. Now let's take a look at the roads right now with our 1-800-CALL Sam Trapper shot. If you're traveling through the Farmington Hills area, here's I-696 right at I-275. Traffic volume starting to build. That snow is melting away, but we're good to go in this area. Over to you.
All righty, Kim, thank you. To 6:33, and hundreds gathered in Parkland, Florida to remember the victims of Wednesday's school shooting.
Oh, it was certainly a sea of people that came out. You can see their eyes filled with tears. According to police, 17 people lost their lives, students and staff among them. 14 others were injured when that former student of this high school down in Parkland, Florida, Nikolas Cruz, opened fire on his students and former classmates. The school superintendent says that they won't let this tragedy define them.
This week, we saw the worst in humanity. Tomorrow, we are going to see the best in humanity. We're going to see what defines Parkland. It's not this tragedy, it's going to be how we come together to recover from this tragedy.
Several vigils, prayer services, and a prayer walk are all scheduled around Broward County today, as so many families there are also planning funerals. It's just a really, really sad, sad time. And of course, so many parents are asking the question, what is the security protocols at my child's school?
A lot of people asking that. So this morning, we're going to take a closer look at a program that some families might not even know about. It allows police to monitor exactly what's going on inside without having to be inside of that school. Local 4's Nick Monticelli joining us live now in Roseville to explain. A lot of people didn't even know that this existed, Nick.
No, and they do now, Evrod. Good morning to you. Live here in front of the Roseville Police Department, because they have technology that ties them directly into the schools here within their jurisdiction. And it's not kind of a Big Brother program. It's simply more of an opportunity for them to know exactly what's going on, because if something does happen inside of one of their schools, they want to be able to see the shooter and know exactly where he is and where their officers need to be.
When we were growing up, schools was the one safe place.
That is a sentiment a lot are sharing right now, but we know all too well schools can be just as dangerous as anywhere, leaving those with children or grandchildren like Darlene Dolland uneasy.
That something's going to happen to them.
There's a person walking right.
But there are some police departments taking proactive steps towards keeping our children safe. For instance, in Roseville, the school district allows the police department access to every camera in the halls, cafeteria, and even the parking lots.
In the case of emergency, we can take control of those cameras and relay first real-time information to our officers. And with that speed and response, hopefully casualties or whatever the fear is can be mitigated much quicker.
A quick check found not every school district, though, grants police access. Roseville is allowed live monitoring 24/7, and other agencies can monitor if needed, like Troy, Royal Oak, Centerline, and Southfield. Other police agencies do have this, and we're working on building that list. But there are some school districts that won't allow it.
I would highly recommend, I think every district should have this capability.
I'm going to find out if my grandson's school has it.
Now, I should point out that these cameras are not in private places. They're not in bathrooms or locker rooms. These are just public places, and some of the agreements with these districts and police departments only allow the police agencies to dial in and use these cameras during an emergency, and even then only certain people are allowed to use them. But Evrod and Rhonda, like I said, we're working to build this list, because I would imagine most parents and grandparents and guardians, they'd like to know if their schools have this technology.
Absolutely. I'd love to know if it's at my son's school.
Absolutely. And a lot of schools have that panic button that will contact police right away, but certainly
anybody can press that. Yeah.
You do want to increase those security measures. More the better.
Time now is 6:36, and right now we want to turn to some stories that are making headlines all across Metro Detroit this morning.
Yes, we do want to get you updated on stories out of Oxford Township this morning and Southfield, but we do begin here in Shelby Township, and that's where residents are on edge after a recent string of break-ins. Police are looking for this man that you see here lurking. You can see him walking through a neighbor's yard there. They believe that he may be the person responsible for these break-ins. The most recent one was the week when a man broke into a home while the family was still inside.
An Oxford Township man facing charges of possessing and producing child pornography. 33-year-old Scott Lutz was investigated by police after they learned that he was downloading sexually abusive material involving children from the internet. Now, this was not his first offense. In 2011, he was convicted of rape and possessing pornography involving a minor. He is on a lifetime sex offender registry list and will be charged as a habitual offender.
Well, we don't have to tell you, with the freeze-thaw effect, our roads are in bad shape, and there are some areas that are worse than others, and one of those to watch out for is right here. This is 8 Mile Road near Maple Ridge Avenue in Southfield. A very large pothole has taken a lot of vehicles, cars as victims, a lot of tires busted. One of them, Bill Campbell, who came to help his son after he blew 2 tires driving over this crater. He was trying to even fill the pothole himself by kicking some rocks into it to try and help some other drivers from hitting that pothole. Campbell says the roads have been especially bad this season.
Well, we need better roads, but that's all part of the infrastructure over the years, and I've lived in Michigan all my life, but the last 10 years have been a big problem.
Michigan road crews have already filled this particular pothole once this winter, but clearly they need to come back and fill it again.
We're able
Another
to send
area, 94 eastbound ramp
onto
to I-75 north, like 2 car lengths long, riddled with potholes. You will hit one. The question is what speed you're going.
You have to kind of figure out which hole to drop
Slow
your car
down
in.
and yes, hope for the best.
Man,
Definitely we want to say a prayer.
We can send cars to the moon and all that good stuff,
Yeah.
but we can't fix these potholes fast enough.
Well, Jason is here in the carport. No potholes over there.
Well, Claire, it's set for a record debut, but its impact goes well past the box office. How Black Panther is making history in more ways than one.
But first, it claims to clean your shoes with 1 step. But does it really work? We are putting the Clean Step mat. It's an as seen on TV product. We're putting it to the test. Our Kim Julio will have the results coming up next.
Sky 4.
All right, welcome back, everybody. It is 6:43 on your finally Friday, and we are very excited for this. Starting today and happening all of next week, we're taking products that you see on TV regularly, and we're putting them to the test.
Yes, we are. Do they live up to their claims, and are they worth the money? Those are the 2 main questions we hope to answer for you before you buy one.
Yes, so let's send it over to Kim DeJulio. She's got her first product.
That's right, guys. So it's this time of the year with the snow, the slush, the mud, your carpet or floors right by your front door. They're probably a disaster, am I right? Well, that's why we're starting off our product test with a product that says that they've got you covered when it comes to that problem. The Clean Step mat claims to be the quick fix to muddy and wet footprints in your home.
Introducing the Clean Step mat, the amazing new miracle doormat that absorbs and traps the mud right off your feet.
The infomercial says you don't need to spend time wiping down your feet over and over again. Just 1 step with each foot will do the trick. I'm skeptical. Let's see if this works. I laid down the Clean Step mat and went outside in my boots and stomped around a bit in the snow. Back inside, I take just 2 steps on the mat and then a step on a clean white piece of paper to see what was left on my shoe. Interesting. There's no wet marks on here. Okay, but what about dirt? Same method, I just had to get under the bushes to get my boots into that dirt. A little trace, a really, really light trace of dirt. You could hardly see it. The Clean Step mat appeared to work pretty well, but I still need to do some research. Let's try a normal mat. Same deal, boots in the snow, but this time I'm not walking in on the Clean Step mat. Here's what happened. It's a little hard to see, but it's got some water on it. Now for the dirt. Here we go. We've got dirt. I found that the white paper was cleaner the times I walked in using the Clean Step mat. So this tells us that this mat is not as effective. The difference was minor, but I do believe the Clean Step mat did what it claims to do. Clean your dirty shoes really well with just one step.
Well, all right.
Yes, well,
What is in this carpet?
This is it, and it is very special, as you can see, but I'm gonna go ahead and give this a silver medal. We're gonna go along with the Olympic theme here. Okay. And the reason why I didn't give it a gold is because it didn't completely live up to its claim. However, I still think it's great for families, you know, with kids who never ever think about wiping down their feet when they come through that door. And just for your information, this big mat here, this will cost you $30. This is the large one.
Do you know what it's made out of?
They have if you watch the infomercial, they have these little fibers that, you know, just really clean it up.
It all up.
Yeah, so I thought it's pretty interesting.
Although the brown, not the prettiest.
It's not the prettiest thing out there. They could work on the style of it. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Hey, good deal. Silver is not bad at all.
We want to show you a lineup of the tests that we're going to be doing next week. On Monday, 2 products that claim to help parents. There's the No Spill Gyro Bowl with a very cute model modeling that one out, and a Zippy Sack, another very adorable model trying that one out. Those are my kids, in case you didn't know. On Tuesday, pillows. The My Pillow Cooling Chillo and the Miracle Bamboo Shredded Memory Foam Pillow. Say that 3 times fast. See if they help you sleep better.
And we're not done yet. On Wednesday, the Color Doctor Blood Pressure Cuff. Dr. McGeorge tries out a device that claims to make reading your blood pressure stress-free. On Thursday, something for at-home chefs. Brandon is going to be testing out that air fryer and the indoor smokeless grill. Can they really kick up your cooking?
Interesting. Then on Friday, it's up to you, the viewer. It is viewer's choice. You can head to clickondetroit.com. Tell us what product, as seen on TV product, that you think that we should try out. And we're going to announce that product on Monday. And it's a whole full fun week of fun product testing.
Tests, yeah.
Yeah, the indoor griller. I grilled turkey burgers and got a suntan. I just kind of sat over the thing.
Yeah, right.
Kim. She knows me too well. I was faking it. Local 4 storm pin. Look at over in Livonia. The snowman has fallen down. And the storm pin says, thanks for the warm-up, Ben Bailey. Hey, it takes a weather team to bring you the warm-up, okay? And we've got you covered. We have slightly cooler numbers the next 2 days, but wait until you see the 7-day. Be good, or I won't show it to you. We have numbers in the 30s and wind chills in the 20s, and numbers will likely fall down a few more degrees here still this morning. Your bus stop forecast with sunrise before 7:30, 32 degrees and mostly cloudy, feeling like the 20s, so we need the thicker coats and the shades. 35 this afternoon, cloudy, becoming sunny, and we've had one cold front come through, excuse me, a second one up north is prompting a couple of flakes and flurries up in the Genesee County area, maybe a few flurries over in Lapeer County as well. And then as we head into next week, well, again, tomorrow we're on the cooler side, a little bit of light snow Saturday night. Rain, though, on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Look at those numbers, 50 to 60 degrees, President's Day and Tuesday. All right, Kim, I want to tell you about this great group that I got to go see yesterday at the Trinity School here in Detroit. A great group of 3rd and 4th graders, the technology department at Most Holy Trinity in Detroit. It's literally 4 blocks away.
Aw, cute kids. That must have been fun for you. All right, everybody, we don't have any accidents to talk about right now. It's been a quiet morning. We're talking about some construction over on northbound I-75. Between Northline and Goddard, you can expect 1 lane block there that starts at 9 a.m., wrapping up at 7 p.m. Eastbound I-96, we'll see those orange barrels as well. The on-ramp from the southbound lanes of Novi Road, those will be closed between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. And then let's see what the roads look like right now with our 1-800 Call Sam Chopper shot. I-96 right at Southfield Freeway. No problems to report here. It is good-looking morning for your Friday commute. Back to you.
All right, Kim, thank you. It is one of the most anticipated movies, breaking pre-sale records this year.
And Jason, it's also breaking the mold of most superhero movies.
Yeah, we can't wait, right? Most Marvel movies have a big impact at the box office, but Black Panther figures to have a societal impact as well.
My son, it is your time.
The cultural significance of Black Panther is immense. It's centered on a black superhero, is set in Africa, and is on target to become one of Marvel Studios' biggest blockbusters.
I knew it was an opportunity to pull from real things, real achievements, real African culture, and place it in this movie to make it real. That's what the opportunity is in this movie. So if anybody believes, you know, that Africa didn't have empire, didn't have architecture, didn't have art, didn't have science, you see it in this movie.
I think we're part of a landscape right now where people are calling for recognition. They're asking for more agency in their lives and the narratives that are told about them. They're asking to be represented, and they're asking to be counted. And I feel this movie takes a brave step forward into that future that people are calling for.
The film has a mostly black cast, which means dolls and toys with dark skin, something Lupita Nyong'o recalls she couldn't find when she was a child.
How lovely to live at a time when kids can have that, because we do know that those kinds of things shape one's subconscious values.
Danai Gurira praises the film for pushing against a world that discourages girls and women from finding their fullest potential.
We're told to apologize for it, or to put it to the side, or not to portray it too strongly. And those are things that can diminish one's brilliance. And that's something that causes the world to lose out on something.
Of course, their hope is that the movement goes well beyond one movie.
I think this should inspire people of what's possible. The next round of writers, the next group of directors, the next group of producers, that this is something that we can do and we can achieve.
They're gonna expect stories to represent them. And then if they don't see it, they're gonna go, well, I'm gonna make it happen.
All right, Black Panther is expected to pull in more than $200 million this weekend, which puts it on pace to be one of the biggest openings ever. The movie is rated PG-13. Cannot wait. I know there was a media preview last night. We're going to find out about that later this morning and Live in the D, and back to you.
Were you there?
No, I wish I could have been.
Okay, yeah. Can't wait to see this one.
I'm going to see it Sunday. I cannot wait. We're back in a minute with today's stories to watch for. Keep it here.
Going on.
Welcome back, everybody. Officials are investigating the past of the 19-year-old gunman who shot and killed 17 students and staff at a high school in Florida. Investigators are now saying that Nikolas Cruz showed signs of distress throughout his youth. They also say that he had a history of explosive anger, depression, and killing animals. Officials say that he suffered after his mother died and was expelled from school for disciplinary reasons. A white supremacist group also claimed that Cruz was a member of their organization.
The Michigan State University Board of Trustees will meet today. It's the first time they'll convene after the university's faculty senate overwhelmingly supported a vote of no confidence.
Nicholas Lyon is back in court for the continuation of his preliminary exam. Lyon is facing charges of involuntary manslaughter for his role in a Legionnaires' outbreak as part of the Flint water crisis. Jason?
Today on ClickOnDetroit.com, all things Olympics, from key athletes to watch to a recap of the big moments that have happened so far. Plus, here's a look at the lineup of events. Starting at 3, it's the women's speed skating gold medal final, also the men's cross country gold medal final, and men's ski jumping individual large hill competition. Then after the news, it's the Olympic zone at 7:30, followed by the figure skating men's gold final, women's alpine skiing Super G gold medal final, and women's freestyle skiing aerials gold medal final, and the women's skeleton competition. You can get a full list of the events right on ClickOnDetroit.com. We're running short on time, so let's go right back to Studio A to wrap it up.
All right, middle 30s, feels like middle 20s. Different kind of day today. The wind's blowing around there a little bit. We start with clouds, maybe a couple of flakes and flurries too, but we're going to get into the sun eventually later this morning and afternoon. Middle 30s as good as it gets. 60 degrees Tuesday.
Guess what, guys, though? It's Friday. We're going to get down on Friday. Have a great
day,
weekend.
everybody.